Hello, welcome to Chasing the Dollar, brought to you by Sportingbet. Ben Damon's my name. I'm joined by Adam Pengilly, who went pretty well last week. You had the two quaddies the weeks before. You just missed out last week.
Yeah, run of quaddies, Ben, is finally over, so the monkey's off the back. A bit of pressure's relieved now, so not going for 3 or 4 straight. Looking forward to Saturday night at Wentworth Park. A few more previews of Golden Easter, but more importantly, looking forward to the Group 2 Richmond Derby on Saturday night. It's a cracking race. Mark Gatt holds all the aces. Interesting to see who comes out on top in that race.
Yeah, if you want the pressure relieved, I think you're in the wrong game. We want quaddies week after week. We'll hope for one soon at Wentworth Park this Saturday night. But first of all, we are going to look at the Richmond Derby. It is Saturday night as well. It is a very nice race. It's Group 2. Mark Gatt has 4 of them, as Adam has just said, but you are going to look for one outside the fastest qualifier.
Yeah, I am. Evil Punk was superb last week, Ben, at Richmond. He grows a leg at Richmond, 6 from 6 at the track, but I'm actually going for number 1, Red Road, who looks the best of Mark Gatt's quartet on Saturday night. I have to echo some comments he made during the week saying it looks like a really clean race. I was trying to find any potential interference, any notable patterns. Doesn't look like there's going to be too much interference going into the first turn from my map. I think Red Road's the fastest greyhound in the race. He should be able to hold out Evil Punk. If he does find the lead early, it'll be very hard to run down. So number 1, Red Road on top. I've made number 3, Evil Punk, my second pick. Is the main danger. He's won 6 from 6 at Richmond, was the fastest qualifier last week. My only concern is I don't think he can quite cross Red Road if Red Road steps cleanly in the first 40 to 50 metres, and his task will be pretty hard from there on in. Number 2, Ritzer Rider's the big smoky for mine. If he gets a soft run behind those 2 I mentioned earlier, he might be charging over the top of them late. And number 8, Ritzer Rider goes in for 4th, got his box out wide. My numbers are 1, 3, 2 and 8.
Yes, and plenty of those greyhounds will be looking ahead to the Golden Easter Egg, which of course is almost upon us. And these greyhounds here in the first leg of the quaddie at Wentworth Park, they are in a Golden Easter Egg prelude. The winner of this will go into the heats, so that is the big prize. But there is a race. It is race 5 over the 520 that is in the offing here, and you like a Victorian to take it out.
Yeah, I do, but I don't know if it's pointed towards the series proper. I reckon the Victorian's going to hold a big hand in the preludes on Saturday night. Here, going with number 3, Dream It. Looks a really smart pup on the way up. A pretty reliable beginner, but has plenty of strength at the end of its races as well. Has run 29.53 at Sandown before, and I'd suggest most of these greyhounds it comes up against on Saturday night wouldn't be able to run that time down south. So number 3, Dream It's my top pick in the race. I've included number 6, Mr. Fordham, was my second pick, as the big danger here. Beautifully boxed out wide. Does use a little bit of the track, but can rush towards the lead here and can run some sort of race. I thought number 1, Crash Model, could be able to run a race from the inside at some sort of odds as well. Number 7, Unorthodox, is just for your multiple players. My numbers are 3, 6, 1 and 7.
Well, that'll take us on to race number 6 on the program. This is for the stayers. I had a look at the form here, and I've got absolutely no idea, so give us a hint, please.
This has to be the toughest race of the night, Ben. Absolute nightmare to try and work out. I'm going to play, hopefully, a little bit of value with number 5, Blossom Dior. Now, if you watched her in the run last start, her run was just absolutely too bad to be true. Thankfully, I looked at the stewards report and she injured a hip support in that race. I think she's capable of leading this race. At worst, she probably lobs in the first 2 or 3. The big question mark with her is how strong she's going to be over the final 50 or 60 metres. Hopefully, at a price, I'm prepared to take the risk and find out. So, number 5, Blossom Dior, my top pick in the race. Number 2, Avondale Morick, should be close up again in the run. I thought he was pretty good last week, almost a certainty beaten behind Miss Fiction when he copped some interference on the home turn. He'll go close again here. Number 7, Corborn Nitro, absolutely savaged the line late last week, has chance as well. And number 8, Little Red, it was superb last week on the bunny. A little bit harder from out wide. My numbers are 5, 2, 7 and 8.
Yeah, well, race 7 is the third leg of the quaddie. You said the Victorians might have a big hand at Wentworth Park this Saturday night, and I'm tipping that you're talking about this greyhound because it does look very well placed. Warrior King, number 4. It comes from that same kennel with the Ennis family. Now, do you think that this dog is unbeatable, and do you think that box 4 presents any problem?
Geez, I really like this bloke, Ben. I reckon he's a load up bet on Saturday night. I loved his run in the heat of the Horsham Cup. If you go through some of the greyhounds he beat in that race, look at Musquin Bale, Clone Your Own, Gold Town. Now, if any of those greyhounds were in this program, they'd be a pronounced favourite. I don't know if this bloke leads on Saturday night. He does tend to take a little bit of time to go through his gears and really gather pace. But if he gets through the first 40 or 50 metres unhampered into the back straight, he could really put him away quickly. It probably helps that Rexroth is drawn on his outside as well. That greyhound can lose its compass going through the first turn. But I think if Warrior King gets an uncheckered passage through the first turn, he's a fantastic bet on Saturday night. Number 7, Grand Journey, is a massive query runner for mine. John and Jane Carruthers bringing him back after 6 months off the scene. Now, they wouldn't be mucking around so close to a big series if he wasn't ready to go. Watch betting, I'd suggest, on Saturday night. Number 1, Fashion Princess, has a chance off the inside draw as well. It can run a cheeky race. And number 8, Yogi Blue, has some pretty good interstate form. My numbers are 4, 7, 1 and 8.
Okay, that takes us to the final leg of the quaddie. This is race number 8 on the program. It is the free-for-all. Let's have a look at the fields and, well, a few familiar faces going around here. Where are you going to go?
Believe it or not, Ben, I'm going to break a promise I made to myself a few months ago, not to ever back double trigger again. I just got a funny feeling he can run some sort of race on Saturday night. I quite liked his run behind Iona Tokyo last start. He gave up a little bit of ground over the last 30 or 40 metres. I just put that down to the fact he hadn't had a whole lot of recent racing. I think from the draw here, he can rush towards the lead, and if he does, he can run some time as well. He might be able to run around 29.7, 29.8. That might be good enough to win this race. Number 3, Double Trigger, is my top pick in the race, and I'll be crossing my fingers I don't regret that. Number 6, Fast Archer, goes in for second. Just forget his run in the Richmond Derby last week. He was slowly away. Back to Wentworth Park. He's a much better greyhound. Number 8, Royal Sprite, goes in for third. A greyhound with plenty of talent. It's going to be tough from out there though. And number 4, Between Wickets. Not discounting him in this race either. My numbers are 3, 6, 8 and 4.
Okay, those are the quaddie legs for Wentworth Park from Adam Pengilly. Now it is time to get, and I think we've already heard it, haven't we? The best bet on the program.
Yeah, we certainly have, Ben. Race 7, number 4, Warrior King. I reckon he's a greyhound on the rise. He might be a sneaky chance of going deep into the actual series proper as well. If he begins cleanly, I reckon he's going to probably win on Saturday night. All
right, it'd be worth the bet at a big price if you're going to look ahead to the series when the fixed odds come out. Now, give us a look at your value.
Yeah, I mentioned that staying race before. It's a really wide open race. Wouldn't be surprised to see $3.50, $4 a field. Going with Blossom Dior. If she begins cleanly, she might be able to run some cheeky race on the bunny.
Yeah, good luck to you there. Now let's have a look at the quaddie. Just missed out last week, but the previous 2 weeks went very well. You've gone narrow with on the legs here.
Yeah, we've trimmed up a couple of legs. I'm going to play really wide in a couple of others. In the first leg, I'm going with Dream It and just going to throw in Mr. Fordham for a bit of insurance. Now take these ones down for the second leg. Blossom Dior, Avondale Morick, Corborn Nitro, Little Red, and I've even thrown in My Miss Diva. Going to go King Warrior 1 out, and in the final leg, we'll come home with Double Trigger, Fast Archer, Royal Sprite, and Between Wickets.
Okay, looks very good. Looking forward to a big weekend of racing, and of course, Friday night, we'll see you at the Greyhound of the Year.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic night, Ben. I believe you're hosting. Should be a cracking night over at Luna Park there.
Yeah, that always helps. We'll see you next week, and we'll talk to you soon on Chasing the Dollar.